Okay. Hello and welcome back to my channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I'm waiting. I don't know if I still have my panel. Um, it might just be me talking about my paranormal experiences. I hope you can hear me. I wasn't supposed to start till 6 o'clock and it's 5:57. So we're gonna give Benny some time to see if she's gonna join us or not. I know C. Marie isn't feeling very good. Hi, Rebel T. How are you? Um, I know C. Marie isn't feeling very good, so I don't think she'll be able to make it. And then I haven't heard anything back from Benny. I'm hoping she'll pop on. She does have the link, so we'll just wait and hang out. But I did my makeup. Always good. You? Yeah, I'm okay. I realize it's Good Friday today, and I'm like, oh, look at me doing a paranormal stream. Aren't I a, what do you call it? A rebel. um, but I'm good. We have a really busy weekend ahead of us, like an extremely busy weekend. And so I wanted to um, start the weekend off with something fun. You look beautiful. Thank you. Um, I appreciate that. Yeah, I did my makeup, I think for the first time, like a full face off camera, because usually I'm doing my makeup on here. So it was kind of weird. But I think I got a lot done a lot quicker than I would have if I would have gone. Happy Good Friday. Yeah, happy Good Friday to everybody. Um, and if if nobody ends up showing up, we can just do a my eyes are watering like crazy. Do my own personal paranormal experiences, and then I can send anybody a link that wants to join. But yeah, I don't know. So awkward. I'm here all by myself. All by myself. I don't, is there filters on here that I can use? Private layout. Oh, no. Yeah, I don't want to mess with it because I'm still kind of new. Oh, what's banners? Whoop! What's a banner? Oh, is that what I just did? I'm good at. What's brand? I don't know what that means, but anyway. Paranormal is 100% true. Yes, it is. And I don't really get this whole stigma about like a lot of Christian faiths. They don't like to um like acknowledge the paranormal. I don't know if it's because they're afraid or why it's such a taboo. Because to me, there's been significant proof, not only in my own personal life, but like actual proof in general. Like, especially nowadays, everyone has cameras on their phones. And um, can you guys hear me really good? I hope I'm not drowned out. I have the fan on. It's like I'm such a weirdo. I'm hot and then I'm cold. I'm hot and then I'm cold. I'm hot and then I'm cold. And I don't really know. I don't know how to share this out. Um, but it's on my profile. Download. No. I don't know. I have no idea. But I'm gonna wait a couple more minutes and see. Hear you perfect? Okay, good. I'm gonna wait a couple more minutes and see if anybody comes on as a guest to join me because it's 6:02 now. They're 2 minutes late. No, I'm just kidding. It could just be me. Okay, be right back. Cool. I drank this much soda since I started doing my makeup. I have this much left, so this should get me through the stream, hopefully. It's giving me energy to keep going. Wonder if I should share this. Maybe I'll be right back. I'm just kidding. I'm afraid to leave it though. I'm afraid it'll go away if I leave. So I don't want to do that. I'll just wait a few more minutes. But yeah, I'm gonna go into I'm back. That was fast. Wow, hi. I'm gonna go into some of my own personal experiences. If you've followed me for a long period of time, you may have heard these already, and I'm sorry if they're like repeats of what I've already said. Um, ever since I was very young. Hi, Lucian. Um, ever since I was very young, I I could see things, and I know that sounds really weird to some of you, and some of you it does not sound really weird. Um, like I have, there's several experiences from when I was younger, and then I think I'll go up the like from starting from when I was little to as an adult, like things I've experienced that I guess you would call paranormal. Um, sorry, my eyes are watering. And I think the fan is too close to my face. Like the wind is going too close to my face, but I need it on me, otherwise I'll get too hot. But so we'll start out. One of the most recent ones that one of those, sorry, the first paranormal experience that I ever had as a child. Um, I don't know if you want to call it paranormal because, well, I guess it is paranormal. For example, my grandmother, she's full-blood Chippewa native, and we lived in California, and my mom and sister and I lived in an apartment, and she lived in a house up in Anaheim Hills. I don't know if you're familiar with that area, but one night I was sleeping. Hi, Stacy. You're welcome to come on panel and talk about your paranormal experiences. Everyone's welcome, by the way. Like if I have a way to message you the link, I will do so. Um, so I was sleeping in my apartment, and of course my grandmother was at her home, and um, I just recall my grandmother walking into my room, and she patted me on the head and she said good night. She kissed me on the forehead, and then she just left, and I was like, okay, and I fell asleep. Actually, I was having trouble that night falling asleep. Um, and so the following weekend or something, we went to my grandmother's house, and I can't read that. I got a call. Shoot, I don't know what to do. Um, should I take it? Will I leave the stream? I'm afraid. I It's Benny though. She's supposed to be on the stream with me. Maybe she's saying she can't make it or something. I don't know. But she has the link. Hopefully the link works. I'm worried now. But anyway, the following weekend, we went to my grandma's house and she was like, "Did you see me?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "I knew you did." And she smiled and laughed and she kissed my head again. And mom's like, "What are you talking about?" And my grandmother and her started talking. I kind of stopped paying attention because I was little and I got distracted with a toy or something. I don't even know. But come to find out, my grandmother was astral projecting um, into my room to wish me good night. And my grandmother would do this. She would actually astral project. I know that it's hard to believe, or that this is kind of something that's like, what are you even talking about? Um, but as a little girl, I experienced it myself firsthand. And that was my first paranormal experience. You had the announcing dream. I don't know what the announcing dream is, Lucian, if you could actually uh, expand on that. I don't want to hide comments. No. About 1/3 of experiencers of ghosts, it's a visitation of a loved one, the time of their death. No, my grandmother was fully alive when this happened. Although there's another paranormal experience where my grandmother gave me a surefire sign after she passed away too. But I'm going to start from like childhood and up. Oh, you say her astral form. Sorry, the announcing visitation or dream was common. Yeah, I have had those. The store is getting chicken. Mother is working. Coach. Oh no, I'm at the store getting chicken. No worries. That's right. Mother's at Coachella. You guys, dude, she is, oh my gosh, that's insane. Congratulations to her that she actually got a gig at Coachella, and that's a huge deal. For anybody that creates music, I think that's insanely awesome. But I'll be back at the house as soon as possible. No worries. Um, yeah, sorry, I assumed I will be more patient and try not to be know-it-all. You're fine, no worries. No, I like that. Like, I think this is all along the topics of what we're going to be discussing, so it's perfectly fine. Um, Goodness gracious. Okay, my eyes won't stop watering. But anyway, so that was one of my very first paranormal experience that I can remember as a young child. I would probably couldn't have been much more than like 3 when that happened. Maybe I was 5. I don't know. But now my grandmother's house was haunted. Um, I don't know if it was the land that it sat on or what it was, but we were sleeping over grandma's house, and my cousin and his mom lived there at the time. And so me, my cousin, and my cousin there? Me, my cousin, and my sister. Yeah, we were all there, but he was sleeping, of course. And you're in my purse. um, we, I was having trouble sleeping again, which was very common for me, especially as an adolescent. Um, I grew not to be scared of paranormal things very quickly on in life because I kept having experiences. So, but there were times where I did get scared, and this was one of them. I was laying, I think we were both laying on the floor with um, sleeping bags. Yeah. Yeah, we had sleeping bags or something. We were like on the floor, like a bed made on the floor. And we were laying there, and I saw these like really thin, really pitch black, dark figures. And they were scurrying. There was like, I think 3 or 4 of them. They were like moving around like gelatinous. Like, I can't explain it. They were just like and they're sketchy, like how they were like they were just being really like jerky. And I remember being really fucking scared because oh, I love you too, Stace. I remember being really fucking scared because I hadn't seen these things before, and they were darker than the room. The room was pitch black, and so um, my sister asked me, "Are you awake?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm awake." Or did I ask her? I don't remember. Um, but the girl ghost last night was standing right beside you. I believe you. Um, I asked her, "Do you see those figures?" And she's like, "Yes, I do." And I wanted to make sure she wasn't just saying yeah because she's my little sister. You know what I mean? And plus I used to scare her a lot. And so she's like she actually wasn't taking it as a joke. She was taking it like for real life, you know? And so I said, "Well then if you see them, where are they?" And she said, "By the closet and by the bathroom." Um and like right when she said that, they like ran off into this corner, like in this hallway, and like just like ducked out, right? And I said, "Did they just now like run off?" And she said, "Yes." And I said, "Where did they go?" She said, "They went off down the hallway." So, um, like that was proof to me that what I was seeing, I wasn't just imagining things. Like she had seen the same thing as I was seeing. And so that was cool. Granted, I didn't like these things and they gave me a really bad like feeling, but it was proof that it was a visceral feeling. I'll bet. Yeah, it was just off. Like, to be honest with you, though, these figures, I did not like them. Like, I felt like they were not good. Like, just inherently, I just felt like a kind of like a weird, like, a feeling inside of me. Like, it was just like a feeling of dread and being very fucking scared. And so me and my sister like huddled together and put the blankets over our heads and we're like, screw this. Like, we're not gonna like fuck with it anymore. Let's just hope they stay in the hallway and leave us alone. So someone's trying to get a hold of me. Let me see if I can. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can. I don't know how to like leave here and come back. I'm afraid if I leave, Betty Loco is trying to talk to me, and I'm afraid if I leave, that I'm gonna leave the StreamYard. So I'm here. I just don't. I'm afraid to leave to see what you said. I'm here. Maybe you can type in chat if or if you're having any issues or anything. Um, but yeah, that experience was very scary. My next experience, again, I was probably, I don't know, I want to say I was like 8, maybe. Um, I recall, like, there, okay, it's hard to explain. There's these dark figures again, but I think these were different figures because they weren't like trying to duck out, and they were kind of reminiscent to like an alien. I guess you could say like an alien gray. Their heads were larger. They were very thin build, probably about my height. Sorry. And I just remember like very, very like kind of vivid clips of just seeing them like down to my head like that. But I don't remember anything else. And so one night, my mom, we were like in the living room, we were like just making popcorn, like on TV looking for something to watch. And Unsolved Mysteries came on. My mom's like, "Oh, you're too young for this," or something. And she went to change it, but the intro showed like an alien. You gotta get scared. Oh, no, I hope not. Um, to me, it's like, I don't know. It's not that scary. It's scary like at the time, like when you're little, it's fucking scary. But now that I'm older, I understand a little bit more about like what I was seeing and stuff. I'm not as scared. But I made my mom stop on Unsolved Mysteries. I was like, "Mom, mom, mom, that's I called it Zed, and it was like an alien figure. I don't really recall what episode of Unsolved Mysteries it was. My mom's like, "Stop it, Nicole." I'm like, "No, mom. Zed was in my room." She's like, "No, stop it." Like she was like, I think she was scared because of what I was saying. But I was like, "No, I'm telling the truth." Like I was getting frustrated that she was like telling me to stop it. Like she's just like, "Knock it off, Nicole." I'm like, "No, I'm serious, mom." And she just wouldn't believe me. And so I made like, I'm such a weird kid. I made like little cutouts of like the aliens and I put them on my window and I'd always ask them to come get me. And um, I don't really know if that worked. Again, I don't really have very much memory of the experiences. All I remember is like seeing them and not being sure if it's a dream or not. And then like waking up like to nothing even happens. Like it's hard to explain. My dad flew in a C-130 in the Air Force when he was in Germany. He bought a grandfather clock and stopped it to the inside of the plane to bring it back to the States with him. Oh, shoot. It was haunted, I'm guessing. Not scared of this. It's just already have a weird feeling. But I've been feeling weird from this morning. Um, if your mother had experiences, it was multi-generational and abilities have resonate capacity. They enhance boost. Super scared last night. The birds were outside sounding like it was daytime. Tweet, tweet, chip, chirp. Oh, that's weird. Yeah. Um, so I was like kind of freaking out. But my mom, um, to this day, she's like, she tells me about that story too. Like she remembers me like messing around. I'm like, no, I wasn't messing around. Like she asked me as an adult, she's like, were you just messing around? And I was like, no. And she's like, I knew it. She's like, you would freak me out all the time with that kind of stuff. And I'm like, I'm sorry. And she's like, yeah, I would get scared. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm a weird kid. Um, and then let's see. Before he passed away from Agent Orange, he gave it to me. The clocked work, but did the dong? But it worked, not the dong. Okay. I was in the living room crying one night and it donged. Oh, that's weird. Especially if the dong never worked before. Odd. Yeah, that's a weird, that's interesting. I like that. And then I'm going down my paranormal experiences. I'm trying to remember them all, but so I got the astral projection. I got the black figured people. I said, hi, Dad. Oh, that's sweet. I like that. Yeah, he was probably giving you a sign. Um, that's sweet. Some birds do sing at night, mockingbirds or nightingales. That's why they're called nightingales, right? At least I think. Um, you Googled it last night. You're like, why are they singing? They're all horned up at night. They're just like, it's spring. It's that time of year. Um, maybe they're getting it on at night. Who knows? But here's kind of the. I was expecting to have two other people on here. That way it would be so fast. Are you there? I'm afraid if I look, I'm going to try to click on this. I'll be right back. Okay. Sorry. I'm back. Okay. So let me read what you guys are saying before I go into my others. What I was actually scared about was, is there a person out there? Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think like things like that scare me more than paranormal because I don't know. Like I've practiced ways of shutting it off. I know that sounds terrible, but because it got to the point where it was like too much. By the way, if you have a therapist, don't ever tell them this. Okay, don't tell them that you see fucking shit. Just don't do it. Yep, synchronicity happens. The point of it is not the sign, it's the meaning we have about it. We have it that gives it importance. Something really scary happened to me. I can't explain it and have never told anyone. Ooh, tell us now. Um, so there's that. And I'm gonna go like from like I said, I'm starting from like the beginning to like adulthood to like now. So this is something that's been ongoing in my life. I've personally chosen to shut it off because I don't like it. And you can actually do that, by the way. Um, I know that sounds weird, and I know most people are probably going to make fun of me, and that's okay. And I'm totally cool with that. Like, it doesn't bother me. Oh, yeah, I can handle paranormal, but not people who are bad. Yeah, exactly. Um, Even bad paranormal, like, you can just pray them away. Like, I've done that many a times. Hi, Kimmy D. Just got home. Hey, Nikki. Hey. Um, Welcome. I'm just talking about my paranormal experiences. I don't know if Benny's gonna pop on or not, but C. Marie got sick, and so I'm just kind of winging it. Not to say the birds didn't mean something. It's observation. Yeah, for sure. Did I miss much? Yeah, you kind of missed. Let me. You missed. Okay, I've gone on for 26 minutes. Okay, so you've missed me seeing my grandmother astral project. Hi, Peekaboo. You've missed me seeing shadow people and confirming it with my sister. Um, and then you've missed my experience with aliens, whatever you want to call them, interdimensional beings. I don't know. But that's it. I'm still going though. I have a lot. My father and I decided to plan to be able to communicate after he's gone. I know it's just because I don't want to lose him in my life. They might sound silly. No, that's not silly at all. My mother asked for a sign from my grandmother. She asked for the lotto numbers, actually. I think that's funny. I'm like, you're hilarious. My grandmother was like, if I can give you like lotto numbers, I will. Like on the other side, we never got lotto numbers, but I'm just saying, like, I think that's funny. I mean, it's common for us to ask our loved ones. I will go back and rewatch. Okay, yeah, no, I have a lot more. I'm going to go into right now, so there's plenty more. Um, I'm just going off of what I've already touched on, and also a lot of you may have already heard these if you've been watching my channel for a very long period of time. Um, these may not be news stories to you, but exactly, it might as well be a useful communication. I agree, 100%. Um, okay, I'm trying to do them in order too. So we left off the aliens. Y'all doing that's good. Hi, Botox. Um, I left off on the aliens. What came after that? I mean, through my life, I've always seen, you know, misty figures, um, black blobs engulfing the room, these shadow people, things coming out of the walls, just off the wall type shit. Mostly made. I think a lot of it was made to scare me, and some of it wasn't. But I learned that if you're not scared of it, there it doesn't have any. At least for me, um, these paranormal entities don't really have very much to go on. At least from my experiences. So they kind of just stop. Like if you're not even scared by it. Now this one is going to be when my grandmother passed. And she was like a second mom to me. Most times the dead want you to not worry about them and to live life. Yeah, because it's a precious thing. I agree. yeah, like not every paranormal experience is going to be scary. Um, but I've had a lot of plenty scary ones that I've had to yes, I agree, Nikki. If you don't give it power, yeah. Because it seems like the more I was scared, and this is what I've learned through like dealing with paranormal entities from a young child to now, that if you don't like, I don't want to say ignore it because that's not correct. I want you to, for me, I have to acknowledge the presence, but basically in my head, let them know that they're not scaring me. Does that make sense? Like, it's like, I acknowledge you're there, I see you, but what you're doing isn't scaring me. And that's it. You know, it's pretty simple. I mean, it's not simple for everyone, but for people that have experienced this kind of shit for a very long period of time, it's simple now. Yes, I agree. Nick. Okay, I read that. Um, yes, you have to take ownership of your home. Amen to that. Actually, yes, I have had spirits and ghosts move and hide objects asking for it back. Usually we'll get it back. Yeah, that's true too. Um, okay, so this one is actually probably a really Good Friday one. My grandmother passed away, and I was just like epically just fucking gutted, dude. I was so sad. I was so sad. I was just like, this actually, I'm not gonna talk about that. This was like a big portion of, like I was in college, so I think I probably was like 18 or 19. I couldn't drink yet. But yeah, um, I was going through down the spiral of just depression and sadness and just complete and utter, just like, why did you take her from me? Like, I was so mad at God. Like, I was like, basically, or like, do you even exist? And I started questioning all that shit. And I was on the phone with my boyfriend at the time. He was actually a staunch Catholic. And it's funny because I was borderline atheist, which I think is funny. But we dated, as weird as that is. We just didn't talk about that kind of stuff. But he was consoling me. I was crying. My grandmother had just died. I was like, you know what? No, I don't believe in God. He's like, why? Like everyone passes. I'm just like, no, you don't understand how much I need her, and this is just bullshit. She was only 65. I was just like crying. Um, actually, yes, I've had three. Okay, really don't feel well. I'm sorry, Stephanie. Let's apply this to trolls. I already do, Rhonda. Artists are always a good thing, but you have to keep the authority and the autonomy when dealing with these issues. Yes, my mom's old place, you could hear and see my mom coming up and down the stairs. Oh, I believe it. Um, so my grandmother just said I was on the phone with my boyfriend. I'm like, dude, I have no faith right now, zero. And my grandmother was very religious slash spiritual. Um, and she taught me meditation. She taught me about Jesus, like legit. Like this is my spirit. She was my grandma. I mean, and I said, I was telling my boyfriend at the time, like, if she had any idea what little faith to no faith I have right now, she would give me a fucking sign that there was an afterlife. And right when I finished that sentence, my room lit up. Like, for there was this little tiny, like an orb. There was an orb, but the orb engulfed my room, and it was in the corner of my room. And there was no, where I lived, there was no traffic, so it wasn't like a car, like, because where our duplex was in positioning, it's just impossible. Like I've lived there for over a decade. Like this never happened before. I've tried to debunk it so many times, but it just went boom. My room was like a big like spotlight was on it, and all of a sudden, bam, it was gone. And it was right after I finished that sentence. And I just started to cry. I was like, oh my God, thank you, Grandma. Thank you. Like, oh my God, thank you. And my boyfriend was like, see, I told you. I'm just like, yeah, whatever. But I was just like so grateful that I got that sign from her because it was instantly. It was like right when I said that, I meant that with so much passion and so much like frustration and anger. Um, it was a trip. And I will forever know that that was her. One of my most scary moments was at work when I was a waitress in college. Ooh, probably worked at a haunted place or something. And so that's kind of like one of my big main ones, I think. But I've had plenty more. I'll go into those as well. That was a sign. I know it was a sign, and I still take that as a sign. To this day. That was her saying, uh-uh, nope, she wasn't gonna let me. So um, I'm gonna start going to more recent ones because I feel like they're more pertinent to they're like closer to my nowadays, like right now. I'm a witch. My altar is intrinsic. My living space has to be triple ring to stop interference and unwanted instrument because between my abilities and the Itar as a power source draws spirits. Okay, that's very interesting. Mom would tell me stories of when she worked at the Stanley Hotel, a haunted one in Colorado. Oh wow, that's awesome that she worked there. Oh, that's freaking cool. Like to me, that would be so cool to like actually go there. Shining is a great movie, but I like Stephen King. But again, like I said, I've always seen shit. I've always experienced shit. Um, that little feeling you get, like someone's watching you. I've had, doors slam in front of me. Nothing really like I've had spirits like move shit, but nothing like I can actually watch move. Um, I keep my black obsidian, Apache chair stone for protection. One time, something let a bear in, and there was a bear just chilling in the bar room. What? That's crazy. That's crazy. I can picture that too. That's pretty cool. A bear at the bar. Oh, that's great. If you perceive them, they will see your light and seek you. I know I turned that shit off, dude. Lucian. Are you a female or a male? Sorry. There's a bridge between the spirit world and this world. Yeah, 100% agree with that. Um, I have learned a lot from my witch friend about protection. Yeah, I typically just pray. That's usually what I do. Um, Before I would just pray and like shit would go away. Like I would pray it away basically. Like and it worked. You know what I mean? I think and you can use any all man. Okay. So you're a warlock. Or do they call them warlocks anymore? I've dabbled in that as well. Like growing up, like in high school, I dabbled a lot with witchcraft and things like that. I've used Ouija boards and all that jazz, which is not good. And I, especially when you're so young, you don't really know what you're doing. And so I had a lot of bad things happen. I'm not going to get into that part of I could get into that. I could delve into that because it's kind of bad. But I mean, I think it's probably best I don't delve into that right now. It's Good Friday. Let's just say I wasn't planning on being a good witch. It bit me in the ass. Um, so yeah, I was an adolescent. I was stupid. I had my problems. Okay, don't judge me. I had a grandfather and a grandmother. So unlike most males, I had a greater chance to have abilities. Yeah, no, my whole family I think has abilities. But some of my family doesn't talk about it because they think that they're religious and so they don't. When I was a kid, the Ouija board was sold as a toy and we all played it. Yeah, no, it's worked like legit. It's worked like for me in the past. But I personally now do not want that. Like I've gone ghost hunting, like before I was pregnant with my kids, before I had kids, me and my husband would often ghost hunt. We would often go to places that were known to be highly active, and we would get EVP all the time, all the freaking time. Um, but there was this. Our first apartment was pretty ghetto. Like my husband and I, our apartment together was like in the ghettos. It was a very not good area, and I forgot what I was trying to take a nap. I think it was after work or before work or something. I was just really, really tired. I was trying to take a nap. And all of a sudden, I want to say I heard like running up to me, but as loud, just imagine someone screaming in your ear as loud as they can. And it sounded like an old woman. And she was like, get out. She was fucking pissed. She wanted me gone. And I was like, shut up. And I rolled over and like put my pillow over my head, kind of like, like, and then I told my husband, well, he was my boyfriend at the time. Like I told him what I heard. And he was like, that's the hag. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, yeah, I've seen her. She like floats around this fucking apartment complex and feeds off of all the negativity. There's like a lot of people doing dope and all kinds, like, like hard drugs, like, and so she kind of just was like there because of all of the negative juju. And I was like, oh my gosh. He's like, yeah, I've seen her. She's fucking creepy looking. She straight up looks like a bad witch, And I'm like, oh my God, how scary. And like, that's probably her yelling at me. That's telling me to get out. A witch chooses what they call themselves. Warlock is a bit contentious. Oh, but some do. I choose witch because it breaks with the stereotype. Okay. Left home, my mom tried to burn the board. The wrong thing to do. Yeah. Hi, Shahid. Comes back and bites you. It does. And I have full on experiences with that. I was trying to be like this bad witch and I was trying to be all kind of crazy and bad things happen. Like I'm just gonna say it's not good. Um just bad shit, it's no bueno. So anyway, back to okay, so that was the apartment complex. At that apartment, I would see a lot of black figures. I would just walk right through them because they were like trying to scare me and shit. And I'm just like, oh, fuck off, dude. I need to go pay. Because by that time, like I was so in tune with everything, and I understood, like, you're trying to fuck with me, you're trying to scare me, and it just didn't. It's like it's not gonna work. Basically, I would walk through black figures. I would just be like, whatever, like, I don't care. And they tend to stop at that point. Once they realize that they can't get a rise out of you or scare you or fuck with you, they're just kind of like over it and they'll move on. Like they don't even bother. That's been my experience, my personal experience. So Hubs and I, obviously, we got married. We ended up buying our first home, and our first home was haunted. From what I believe, we did get it blessed after certain things that went on, and that seemed to get rid of it. I don't know if that was because I believe, I don't know. It just worked. I can't tell you why. I can tell you what I think it was why, but it just did. So, but we were on one of our ghost hunts. We were going to go on one of our ghost hunts. I think it was like Halloween or the night before. It was around Halloween time. And I was like, okay, we're getting everything together. I went to grab the recorder and it was already on. And I was like, did you turn this on? And he was like, no. And I was like, okay, that's weird. So I paused it. I stopped it. It hadn't been recording for long at all. Okay. And when I replayed it back, because you can hear us gathering stuff together, like you can hear us talking about, we're going to go in his car, da da da. And then I say, did you turn this on? And he says no. And then all of a sudden you hear, Henry. It was like really creepy. It sounded like an old lady that smokes like 20 packs of cigarettes a day. It was very like a guttural, like creepy, like Henry, like fucking. I'm like, what the fuck? We had nothing on. The TV wasn't on. There was no reason. And it sounded like it was right up close to the recorder. Like it straight up sounded like, when you blow in a recorder, it makes that sound. Like it was that close. Like you could hear its breath on the recorder. And I just about fucking like, dude, like, no, this is not good. We went on our ghost hunt anyway. And then we came back and started doing EVPs in our house and we got more. That's a whole other. I have so many paranormal experiences, you guys. It's not even funny. Like I wouldn't even. I mean, this is just what's coming off of my mind, like in a moment, like as we're talking about it. I'm trying to get them in order. Oh yes, they yell and scream it often because they are the rarely heard whispers, shadows, and glimpses. Aren't shadow figures bad? The ones I've seen, I've gotten a very bad feeling from. Yes, they will also stop because they know they don't need to lean on you to get you to notice them. Yeah, because I'm just kind of like, yeah, I don't really. If you want to, I can't help you. You know what I mean? Like I've chosen to not like. For me, the black figures that I've seen have given me a very ominous, like dark, scary feeling, a feeling of dread, a feeling of like almost paralysis. So those fuckers, like I finally got to a point where I just walk through them now. Well, I don't see them. I haven't seen any at this house. But I did see them at my old house. I would just walk through them, like act like they're not even there. Um, like I almost talk shit to them. I know that's not good. You're not supposed to do that. But there's been times where I've been like, like you're not scary, like stop. But there was a lot of happenings that happened in that house, and then we got it blessed. And we kept, was it the Saint Michael, those coins, or what is it, the gems? They're not coins. They're little trinkets. I don't know. They're trinkets. And so we put them on their doors, like on our door after that, like above our front door, and then we put it in our back. And ever since we did that and got the house blessed, there was no other paranormal experience that I had in that home. Now, my daughter, when she was about 3, she's like, ghost, ghost, or she was like 2 or 3, and she kept pointing at something, and I'm like, well, I don't see it, baby, And I'd take like, there's no ghost, there's no ghost, bye bye ghost, and I'd act like I punch it, bye bye ghost, and then she'd laugh and laugh. So I don't really know if she actually saw anything or not. Saint Benedict, yeah, that's Saint Benedict medal, yeah, and that pretty much kept it at bay. At times I would have to smudge, because I would just get a feeling like it might be coming back. My sister's dog, before we got the house blessed, reacted to the ghosts. Um, I don't know how to explain it. I've watched an animal react to something that scared the shit out of it, and that's like, oh shit, like things kept happening. And I was like, okay, we need to do something, and so we did, and it got rid of it. So, but there was times where I would kind of feel like a melancholy feeling, and I would have to smudge the home. You just got to keep on it. Like we would, say the prayer of Saint Michael. We would smudge the house every time we kind of felt it coming back, and that would like be good for like 3 to 4 months, and then you have to do it again. But yeah. So that was the house. I'm trying to think if there were the house, the EVPs, getting the house blessed. I pretty much told you most of my experiences. I'm trying to think if there are any more that pop in. Hi, artist. No, you have to do that sometimes. I get the odd, scary ones, that the feeling, the dread, the danger. Yeah. And you find telling them to knock it off, or I'll send them away or seal them away. Yeah. Basically, that's what I do too. Spiritual house cleaning. Yeah. That's something that I haven't cleansed this home since we moved in, but like, I just don't feel like it needs it. I don't know. I have not felt anything. Like, I don't feel anything here. And I don't know. Like, I'm just like waiting, I guess. Because usually, but I've turned off my sense because it's kept me awake at many nights. And I'm just like, God, stop. Like, leave me alone. Like, so then I would pray on it and be like, just take this away from me. I don't care. I don't want to see it. I'm done. And that was in the old home. That was before we got it blessed. And then we got it blessed, and then we kept doing the whole cleansing, yada yada. But since moving into this home, I have not had any spiritual or creepy experiences. Um, Nothing at all, which is weird because I'm like, did I turn it off forever? I'm kind of like, oh, like, because I don't really, it's not that I don't want, it's just I don't want it interfering with my day-to-day life. Like, I don't want stupid things keeping me awake, like, and fucking with me. Like, I just would prefer not having that. And so I closed that. Um, I closed it. I was like, nope. And it just boop, went away. So maybe that's why I'm not experiencing anything in this house. I don't know. Hello, hello, hello. Mayor's daughter, hello. How are you? But yeah, those are all. I've been talking for almost an hour about spiritual and paranormal experiences, from ghosts to shadow people to possible aliens or interdimensionals, um, and how I've gotten rid of them through prayer and stuff. Like, some people I know don't believe in this kind of stuff, but I'm just talking on my own personal experience. I'm not telling you people to believe in it or anything like that. I feel everyone has their own. Thumbs up. Thank you, my cry. Everybody has their own journey and their own experiences. My uncle moved in a haunted house, beds shaking and everything. Uncle was warned not to move there because he did not believe in paranormal. My aunt had a bad car wreck within the year. Yeah. Um, yeah, I felt protected. Uh, if you want to know what I did, I anointed this house and every inch of my property, gave it to God. Yeah, that works. It does. People, sometimes you do have to like keep on it, like, depending on how bad the home is. Energy can stagnate and back up. Some places do, some don't. I feel like I need to take all energy down to baseline. Some places are just naturally clean. Yeah, because I don't feel anything here at all. My aunt's dad was a medicine man, and he said it was very bad. Yeah, this is a great live stream. Well, thank you. I was supposed to have guests, but I feel bad. Like, I hope it's not my fault it didn't work. Probably is. Um, I've encountered some stuff over the years, though. Oh, artists. Yeah, this is what this stream's about. We're talking about paranormal experiences. I talked about how my grandmother gave me a sign when she died. Most of the stuff I've already shared on this channel before, um, but I just wanted to talk about it again because I think it's an interesting subject. Yeah, some places I immediately feel awful. I went to this one restaurant. It was actually, it just reminds me when you say that. Oh, thank you, Mayor. Do these lives more often. I know my next one, I hope to have someone on panel You saw your dad after he died. Yeah, in your room. Yeah, they'll visit you. I mean, like I have no doubt about paranormal activity. For many years, I tried to talk myself out of it because I wanted so badly to be, I don't know what the word is, a non-believer. You know what I mean? Like I was just like, so I would try, my mind would try to rationalize it or make up excuses, and just like that still don't make any fucking sense, but I would do it. It was just like my mind's way of trying to make sense of it all. And once I stopped doing that, then I just was like acknowledging it and being like, I'll pray, or like, just ignore it or just tell it off basically. um, but yeah, no, I've had some really, really scary, like, I mean, but again, it doesn't really scare me anymore like it used to. Like, I think the most scariest times were when I was little and it was happening. I think that's what bothers me when I was small and I would experience things because you're vulnerable and shit, and it's not cool. Like, you're scared. You're a little kid. But since I was little, none of this has ever shook me or made me feel any kind of way. And we all have different ways we express these abilities. Yes. Yeah. I feel like they can have power over you. I'm not going to go into my story about that because I feel like it's kind of personal. Um, I was in a really bad, let's just say I was in a really bad um, mind space. That's what you want to call it. And I can guarantee you something had to control over me 100%. Um, I've had like paralysis to the point where I can't move. Um, like, and I think that was due to my dabbling um, with certain things. And I got I got baptized after that shit. Like, I mean, not directly after, but many years later, because I had to, in order to. I mean, I believe everyone has their own beliefs, and I think that everybody. I don't think any belief is wrong or any belief is right. But I'm saying for me myself, like I had to get baptized to get rid of whatever the fuck was going on because it wasn't good. It was not good. I'm just gonna say it was not good. Okay, and I think that was because I was dabbling um, and doing things I shouldn't have done. So, but yeah, no, since my baptism, I haven't had any kind of experiences like that, like paralysis or that kind of shit. But I do believe that they can most definitely control you and affect your life because I've experienced it myself, and that's all I'm gonna say because I don't want to get into detail about that. It's too personal. But I was in a dark space though. Like you have to be. You can't be like. It's hard to explain. When we're younger, unless we have someone teach us how to, we don't understand exactly. So it's scary. Yeah. I get the point as an adult because I've experienced so much activity. So I do feel like I shut my I don't want to call it abilities because like everyone has it. Like so that's why I don't really want to feel like it's an ability, because to me, everyone has that sense. Everyone has the ability, like you just when something bad's gonna happen, like I know when it's gonna happen. Everyone has that. Everyone has that in them. Like I feel like it's God given, creator given, whatever you want to say. It's in every one of us. Um, and some people pay attention to it more than others. I have just chosen to, you know, pray on anything that I feel is of negative, or bad, like anything that's evil or anything. I pray about that, and then again allow the good, to be there with me, guiding me, whatever. I don't know. Um, Ancestors, my grandmother, these, you know, they're allowed, and that's in my life. That's my choice because I allow them there. Um, but yeah, you can completely shut it off. I've shut it off um, many a times because it got too much, and it can be overwhelming. It can really make your life. And like again, like I struggle with insomnia, so it didn't help. I'll just say that. That's interesting. I like that. It's always better to learn and embrace. I know it is, Lucian, but the thing is like I personally am going through a different path. Like, I don't know how to say this. Um, I agree with that statement, to a degree. I can't, like, I just can't. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to protect my fucking kids 100% and protect my family and the best way that I know how. You know what I mean? Sorry, my eyes are watering because the fan's on me. Well, they've been watering all day anyway, but the fan doesn't help. And so for me, that's through like meditation and prayer and God and all that jazz. Like that's where I am taking it because I've had so many bad experiences um, with said darkness, or um, it's just scary. Like I've had, and I think it's due to me dabbling with shit that I shouldn't have been messing around with, and I didn't know how to. I just it's just to me, for me, my path of enlightenment is through Jesus. Does that make sense? Like I don't feel like anyone else has to prescribe to that. I don't. I'm one of the most open-minded Christians that you've ever met. Trust and believe. But I'm just sharing. It's not even really. Is it a testimony? I guess with my grandmother, that story was kind of a testimony. It's all about the love and the light. Amen. And it is. And everyone has their own path and their own journeys. And I'm not the type of person to say, "Oh, you're wrong," or "You're this or that," you know, because as a true Christian, you're not supposed to judge anybody, period. And to me, there's nothing to judge about it because I understand it too. So I'm on a whole other, like, it's hard to explain like where I'm at and where I've grown and why I'm here. But this has just been the easiest path for me, to do, you know, what's right by my family and stuff. I brought prayer and love and light. I read that already. Let's see. Okay. But yeah, I think everyone's journey is their own. And I'm not here to condemn anybody for anything that they believe or that they do. You know what I mean? Your truth is your truth. Exactly. Everyone has their own path to follow. I agree with that 100%. Um, I've never been one to be like, like, you have to believe in Jesus or something like that. Like, I don't even like think that that's true in and of itself. Like, how you have to believe in Jesus, otherwise you're going to go to hell. Like, I don't know if I believe in that. Like, I just don't because there's so many people in the world that don't even know Jesus, and so because that they're going to go to hell. Like, no, like I don't believe that. So, um, I do feel like I needed to say a lot of the stuff that I said today. I don't know if it's not to necessarily bring anybody to any kind of like confirmation of like believing in the Christian way, I guess you can say. But I have my own Christianity. Like I have my own relationship with God. Um, and it's very different than a lot of like Christian faiths and stuff. And like I don't believe those certain things. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I just don't. Like to me, my God like has let me know that that's not true. And just that all I feel when with my higher power and my Lord is love and light. Like I don't feel like there's any kind of like like I don't know. I just don't. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't sense it. I'm not. I don't know. Maybe that I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't feel that way. So all about the blood, Jesus Christ. Amen. Better day in and out. Yes, I honestly, mayor's daughter, and that's been my path too. Like I've been like I'm Christian. You know what I mean? I didn't just stumble on this path like for shits and gigs. You know, it ended up being better for my life, for me, for me. I'm not, you know, um, but I just don't feel like I should pressure anyone or make people think like certain ways. Like to me, people are their own people. Like we're all spirits, you know, and I've experienced both spectrums, I guess you can say, of being an atheist to being Christian, and it's crazy. Like I never thought I would say I was Christian, but I am, you know, and that's helped me. It's helped me in my life. Um, so yeah, I hope that's something you guys can understand on this wonderful Good Friday. Meditation and prayer, the act of communing with real self and releasing the judgments that we take on. Light meets dark. Yeah, it's nature. I feel weird. I don't feel weird. Um, because I'm also native, you know what I mean? I know I say that a lot. And so like I still prescribe to like smudging with sage. That's something that I still do. A lot of people would consider that like witchery or something. I don't know. But for me, it cleanses out a motherfucking space, okay? It cleanses out a motherfucking fucking space, okay? Um I just it does. I don't know why. I don't know how. Maybe it's your intention that you're putting into it. And you know, like like I said, I do it also while praying the prayer of Saint Michael. Like I've done that before. Like I've done sage and Christian. I've combined the two. I've combined, you know, spirituality with Christianity, and I've been like, Amen. You know, and that's what works for me. Um, let me see what Kimmy says. Where did Kimmy go? Kimmy, where you go? Just got out of the store and driving. Oh, Benny, I'm sorry. I'm probably gonna get off of here soon. I love you. My grandpa was a preacher, so my family is Christian. I also have my Native American background with spirituality, and I have studied some Wiccan. LOL, Kimmy, look at her telling the truth right there. But these qualities to exist and independent, they can not exist one without the other. That's true. Balance synthesis occurs. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I haven't pressured any path. Yeah, I want to make that clear, like because I'm not like that. I grew up and it tried to walk away from it and ran back. Oh my, I get it. It meshes together. Mayor, yes, it does, Mayor. Um, native, like, I don't know, like native beliefs and Christianity, I think they do mesh very well together. I don't know why that is. It just does. It's weird. It's really weird. if there is good, there is evil. Yep. I mean, that's just the truth, you know? It is what it is. But I have I have a dark spot to me. And I've chosen when I got baptized, I chose to um, get rid of that. Does that make sense? Like I chose a path. Okay. For me, I chose a path. But for me, it's the smarter path. Trust me. Like I know this. I'm not just saying this because I'm like, oh, for me, it's actually best, that I am Christian. Just trust me. It just is better for the world. And I'm just kidding. Like I have that much control. No, I'm not that conceited. But you know what I mean? Like it's just better. My life's just a little bit easier. Fucking hell of a lot easier. I haven't drank any water. I drank soda this whole time so I could stay awake. But I think I'm gonna probably head out. I've been on here for 1 hour and 11 minutes and 21 seconds. Does any of you guys want to share any personal experiences, paranormal experiences? I have to take my meds. Shoot. Look at me getting behind. I really enjoyed this chat. Oh, I forgot to send to somebody. She missed the whole thing. Shit. I figured she would just go on my page and see it. Oh no. Sorry. Damn it. Being mestizo. I don't understand that last bit. World. Lots of fun, Nikki. Thank you, Kimmy. Thank you guys for hanging out and listening to my stories. I appreciate you. There you are. I kind of messed up. I'm already done. It's been over an hour. And C. Marie was sick and Betty got caught up doing something. So it was just me. But I told a lot of my paranormal experiences. You studied to become a nun. Wow, Michelle. You had a lot of experiences when you decided not to. Snuck in on you. Oh, yeah, you did. No, I wanted you to be here. I just thought you would know it was on. You can do it again. C. Marie has a lot of paranormal stuff. I know. She says another time too, so maybe next time. We can my next paranormal stream, we can have her and just have it be like still do we can talk more another time. No, you're feel free to share, Michelle. Hey everyone. Hi hardcore. You're more than welcome to share your experience. This has been an open chat. We've been discussing all kinds of stuff. But I think when you get into this kind of mindset, that, someone is wrong and you are right, I feel it's almost, I mean, didn't Satan fall from heaven for having that kind of, like, you know what I mean? I'm just as good as you, you're wrong, I'm right, kind of creepy mentality. So when you sit there and you're like pretending to be God, or you know condemning others for their own beliefs, um, you are being a hypocrite. Kind of hypocritical, you know what I mean? It just is. I pride myself on not being a hypocrite. um, I've never experienced any fairies, but my mom like swears by them. She lived in Ireland for was she born in Ireland or Canada? I don't remember. Canada, but she lived in Ireland for a huge part of her childhood, and she swears. I'm like, Mom, stop. Like I was like, don't, like, just don't talk about, like, you're bullshitting me. She's like, no, seriously. I'm like, Mom, no. Kimmy, I would love to know more about fairies. You're so cute. But yeah, I was just like, Mom, stop. Like, you don't even, like, she's like, no, they are. And banshees are real too. And she's like, well, I believe that. I believe that one. But yeah, the fairies, I was kind of like, I don't even know about that. You know what I mean? It's cute, like, to think of. I mean, anything's possible, really. People forget that the majority of the Bible was written hundreds of years later as to based on recollection, essentially, yes. And also for the time, like, you know what I mean? Like, if we went by it 100%, then, like, my husband would be able to rape me and we would be able to have sex on my period. And, like, I could just go on and on. Like, it's meant, I mean, people, they, people have a tendency to take things very literal, as opposed to dissect. It's like it's not. I don't know. I read the Bible though. I try because a lot of times when I'm in my like say I'm having a really dark moment, um, which I don't know where my Bible is, still packed away, but typically when I'm in a really dark space, um, I'll open it up. I'll just go like fling, 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 and open it up, and it'll have a fucking answer, or it'll have something that's like, okay, thank you, I needed that, thank you. You know, to me, that's not coincidence. Um, it's just not like I can go on to spiritual rants. I mean, because I've had a lot of spirit like religious experiences, um, like full on, like almost like just so blatant. Like this was my path that I was supposed to take. I don't know why. It just is, and I embrace it, and I'm happy to say that I am Christian. But I do mix my native heritage into the Christianity, and some people would say that's not good, but I think it's great. Works fine. Samia Lucifer. Yeah, Michelle. I think there's extremists on both spectrums. Like anybody that is, it is good for me, in my opinion. It's good to love God. It's good to praise God. It's good, like for me. And I pray literally every single day. Sometimes I pray like hourly, like legit. Um, I just don't think radical and extremist views, no matter what side of the coin you're on, is good. You know, like period. Though, like, it doesn't matter. A lot of people do things that are bad in the name of the Lord, and I mean that's obviously wrong. You know, depends on the story. Fair folk, because you don't want to insult them. They're different than us, and not by necessity. Fun or cute. Ooh, even nice. They're different. They have different valleys. That's interesting. You're okay for saying weird things. That's what this is about. Um, yeah. Ooh, my legs. I go nowhere anymore. I just stay in my home. I'm just kidding. But I think there is a lot to be said about discussion and no matter what it is, like however we come to our beliefs or why we believe in what we believe in and why, you know, I think it's I think the Lord would want that. I don't think I'm just a different kind of Christian, I guess. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I feel like me and God are like fucking dude. Like you know what I mean? Like cuz I've had near death experiences. I could go on and on and on about that would be more of a testimony, I feel like type video rather than paranormal. Although it is paranormal the shit that's happened to me and how I got through certain things um, with Christ. So that is technically paranormal. Um, but yeah, yes, good and evil are human concern. We define them, ascribe, we define them, we name them. Yeah, choose to be good. Amen. I choose to be good. You know what I mean? It's fucking Good Friday, guys. Like I'm not even trying to be funny about that. Like for real. Like let's think about this. Let's be good to one another. The end. Doesn't matter. It does not matter your religion, your race, your creed, whatever, dude. We just need to love one another. And I think I'll end that with that message. But I hope you enjoyed the stream. I've been on here for too long, and I'm gonna go. Thank you for watching. And I do want to do more paranormal talks. Um, I do want to do more paranormal panels or any kind of panels, makeup, whatever. Um, Whatever interests me, I want to do more panels of that and like showcase other channels and like, to me that's important too. Um, yeah, I want this place to be an open space for discussion and a respectful and loving place to be. Have a good night. Good night, Kimmy. Spread love. It's contagious. Amen. Hardcore. Good night, everybody. Oh, yeah.